Baby. I already know. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are we live?
We are.
We on air? Just that quick? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the ZoWhat Morning Show. I got my brother Mike from One Stream on real quick. You already know what we do at this part of the show. It is the community empowerment segment. But listen, I got to let Mike talk to give you guys an update on the status of the studio. And his beautiful daughter is sitting right there. She's a baby. So I'm going to let Mike talk for a moment, and then we'll come back. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, thank you. Right now, we've got issues with our rent. It's about $8,500 is due. There's definitely a possible court. I got a good relationship, but no matter how good of a relationship I have with the owner, at the end of the day, money pays. We've got a great prospect client that we have a verbal commitment agreement with, that's going to really want to utilize this studio for their productions, and they would mostly operate in the other room, but that deal's not signed yet. So at the same time, I am talking to other people about buying what we have here as far as access to the studio and all the equipment, and then they can sign a lease. So yeah, it's definitely in that before we can truly extract graciousness and abundance, we got to squeeze out the remainder of what's not working.
No,
kind of like where
you.
our government is.
Yeah. And listen, if we got to run another commercial series, we'll do that too.
So, but
we'll do that as well.
I'm staying positive. I can't help but stay positive. There's a lot of opportunities that are taking place more than before, but of course it's a timeline.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to give you that specific information, and thank you so much for your support. And we want to definitely keep Zoe here. But I have to get my son to Sky Zone with his friends.
Yes, it's Sky Zone
family.
time.
Yeah, I got the daughter here.
You got the baby boo.
So yeah,
she is gorgeous, brother. I'm so.
Yeah, that's a true blessing. And I'll just leave you guys with this. I've been working on the polarity of energy, and the polarity when things are really the opposite. There's a great time for abundancy to show up. When we see evil as bad as it is, then that's our time to have gratitude within ourselves, but also look at it as, hey, he's clearing the way for all the pesticides, all the terrible things about our society. It's got a target on it like Public Enemy, and we see it now. So actually, he's clearing the way for abundancy, but we got to get rid of what we currently have. That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So, but I like to stay there. So thank you very much, and we'll leave it for Zoe.
Come on, man. We love you, brother. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We appreciate you. Listen, man. Like I said, man, It is a tag team, right? It's a tag team. A deal that you got to go through. Like one hand washes the other, so to speak. Zoe Williams' voice of ZoWhat show is back in the building. I ran and paid for a commercial for Mike on KBLA Talk 1580. And how long did we run that spot? Did we run? We ran it for 2 months. Now,
some traction in business from it.
yeah, he said he got some traction and some business from it. Now, I did that for Mike because I'm like, yo, man, we have to continue to, like I said, one hand washes the other, so to speak. You guys know how I do on the ZoWhat morning show. This is kind of my soapbox to really go ham and eggs. I need everybody to show up. I need everybody to show up, hit that like button, hit that share button, support, support, support. And we're about to get busy. You already know I got things to talk about. My brother, did you get all of my effects, like videos and clips? And so we locked in. I'm shouting out everybody that supports the show. And also know this, at the beginning of my show, we do community power and community empowerment. And that's an important aspect of the show. We've been doing it forever. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm going to pull it together. That piece with our guy, Mike, was important to do. But I got to move on to the other businesses we support. Total Package Energy is one of them. I want you guys to continue to support Total Package Energy, black-owned business, Bay Area. Support them, support them, support them, support them. Keep supporting them. I talked with the brother yesterday, or Wednesday, which was the 1st. So please continue to support Total Package Energy. They have B vitamins, C vitamins, and these are supplements and shots. They even have the energy drink, which is amazing. Everybody loves the energy drink. So please, please, please support, support, support Total Package Energy. Also, continue to support Dr. Russell Harrison. Go to russellherbals.com. Continue to support Dr. Russell Harrison. And then, of course, I still have the Lazarus pill. If you know, you know. The Lazarus pill. And don't forget to support my book. Now, people been asking me, Zoe, where's the new book? Well, I'm just going to say this. We're about to put up a pre-order link for everybody to pre-order their copy now. I have 15 chapters completed. I am shifting into the formatting stage of the new book. I think I sent... I don't think I sent that. I wonder if I could send you, maybe airdrop it to you, if we could put that on the screen. Let me see if I can go to my library. Let's see if I can send you this image. Let's see. Airdrop. Look at the technology. Now, do I want to airdrop it to myself? No. I want to see other devices pop up. I'm going to airdrop it to myself, which is crazy because I don't see your device. All right. So maybe from my phone, I'll be able to see. There it is. Vibes iMac. Right? That's it? Boom. I'm going to send you this. So when he's able to put this link up or this image up on my website, when they're done putting up the paywall, all you're going to see as a descriptor is this image. The new, when I tell you I've been working on a new book doggedly, like crazy. And the weird thing about writing a book, people ask you as if you making dinner. Is it done yet? What? You make dinner in a night. You don't write a book in a night. And then editing is crazy. You right? Copy editing, stylistic writing and choices, right? All of that stuff doesn't happen overnight. Right? All of that stuff does not happen overnight. So it's been a process, and I want y'all to know that I love writing. You know, every time I finish writing a book, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to write another one. And then God hits me in the head, you know, with another concept, another idea. And then I have to, you know, get that concept working. But y'all know the new format of how I've been laying out these shows. They've been highly educative. We've been teaching. Prentice Jones. Thank you, Brother Zoe, for showing up amongst the uncertainties. Yeah. But we got to hit that like button and get in the algorithm, all right? Because if I'm not mistaken, it says only 30 people in here. Listen, YouTube been trying to kill this show. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Is this show negative? Is this show disrespectful? There are going to be more people slowly but surely getting their notifications, but YouTube is definitely trying to kill this show. Not because the content isn't good, it's because the content is dangerous. All right? This is why we encourage everybody to support. Hit the like button, share, you know, let people know Zoe is on, and here we go. All right. We got some things to talk about. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear? All right. I'm not going to forget to promote myself. Please support my book. I've been shipping out the book. Please support my book. Please support this channel. I got banned from DSPs. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right. You can go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. I'm telling you, by the end of the day, you're going to be able to go to MrZoWhat.com, and when you see this image that I just sent to the brother, when you see this image, that is where you can pre-order the new book. And it's just going to be an image. I'm not releasing the description of the book yet. I'm not releasing the title up. This is a build-up. When I tell you, I don't want to say it because I'm proud of all my books. This will be book number 5. This is quite possibly my best book, my favorite so far. This is quite possibly the best work I've ever done. You said you're having issues, brother? Well, let's do it this way. Maybe I could just do this. Y'all can't see that, but it goes from this direction to this direction. Maybe you can like zoom in, right? I don't know. No? Left, right? Let's see. Boom. There, wait, there we go. When I tell you the new book is, it's incredible. The new book is going to blow your mind. Don't worry, young brother. Don't worry, young brother. We got a new engineer today. So don't worry. Don't worry. Just know instead of digital, I'm gonna go full analog. Yeah, yeah. Salute my Gemini brethren, Zoe Williams. What up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, so don't worry. The new book, mind blowing, incredible. Uh, just be ready. All right, I done promoted everything. Total Package Energy, the super chat. We're encouraging people to support by hitting the $ down at the bottom of the chat. Then, or the Cash App. You can go to my Cash App, which is $ZoWhat. We don't have any of the lower thirds, none of that. That have my name and the website and no lower thirds, none of that. All right. Well, yeah, this ain't your fault. Nah, man, I get it. He like, man, we just got to get somebody in here to turn the lights on. I get it. I get it. Don't worry about it, brother. We good. We're going to push through it. Just know, go to my website, mrzowhat.com. In a few hours, you're going to see those symbols. And those symbols indicate the pre-order link is active. I want you guys to support. All right, let me get right to it. So, let's just cut right to the chase. You already know the war is on. And you already know America is in somewhat of... Listen, politics makes them say, okay, hold on, we just won't wipe you off the face of the earth. Because if we do that, we get pulled into war with everybody, with the world. But America has the might and the technological might to go in there and just wipe everybody off the face of the earth. They can do that. At great cost, by the way. So the politics mucks it up, right? What's going on in the Strait of Hormuz, right? 20% of the world's goods or oils and all of that stuff is coming out of the Strait of Hormuz. This isn't just an energy crisis. If it's an energy crisis, it's going to cross over into other aspects of our daily life, right? It's going to cross over into other aspects of our daily life. This has the potential to be a COVID-level threat to the rest of the world if goods are not able to get through the Strait of Hormuz, right? That's what's happening right now. That's the contextual backdrop for what's happening. Typically, through times of war, through times of economic downturn, black folk turn to spirituality. Now, white folk on the outside looking in at black folk will see black folk turn into spirituality, and oftentimes for black folk, music is a part of every aspect of their life. So let's say music and movement are one thing for black folk. They're interchangeable. When we're in a space of sorrow, we moving. Lord have mercy. Lord, you see your aunties and your grandmothers. Lord, child, they done took my child. She is trying to self-regulate by rocking. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Oh, back and forth. So movement and spirituality are holographic for black folk. Music and movement are holographic for black folk. They're all intertwined together. So when you're on the outside looking in at black folk dealing with adaptation, right? You say, oh man, they're great entertainers. and you don't understand that that's a form of adaptation. Not great entertainers. For somebody on the outside looking in, they, wow, he's talented. He played the piano. You may not see that is adaptation. I'm trying to survive. This is a way to express, right? That's why in the black church, they move. The white church, they soothe. Different feeling, right? I'm saying all of this to say because I got a lot to talk about, right? First African Baptist Church, established in 1788 in Savannah, Georgia, was the earliest permanent church, right? These churches could worship the way black folk want to worship. Why does this matter? Because American white folk have the worst memory of all times, right? ZoWhat show, have you seen the new interview that just dropped about their planning an alien invasion on Michael Franzese channel? Listen, you shouldn't give a damn. They got us all discombobulated. Alien invasion. What up, y'all? What up? Everybody tap that screen. Everybody support the channel. Hit the $sign at the bottom of the channel. And also go to my Cash App if you want. We're trying to encourage 50 people to support this channel as we continue to teach a little something. I want you guys to go get a movie called, it's on YouTube. You could buy it. It's called Ethnic Notions, 1987. Watch it. We've been a victim of psychological brainwashing for a long time. The Nation of Islam used to call it tricknology, right? The retelling of stories, right? The name of this movie is called Ethnic Notions. I want you to get it up or go look it up. It's important that you do that. And the reason why it's important that you do that, because we're going through it right now. Elon Musk, right? Everybody's talking about demanding that Drewski's video be taken down. Drewski was in Whiteface. Do we even know what Blackface is and where it came from? Do we have a video that explains it really quickly? I think we do. Can we play one of those videos? Let's get a contextual understanding.
Just a warning, this is a video about how blackface became a Dutch holiday tradition. Every mid-November in the Netherlands, people parade the streets dressed as Old Saint Nick and his little helpers. But not like that. That's New York City. Just a warning, this is a video about how blackface became a Dutch holiday tradition. Every mid-November in the Netherlands, people parade the streets dressed as Old Saint Nick and his little helpers. But not like that. That's New York City. In the Netherlands, it looks like this. This is Sinterklaas, or St. Nicholas, and this is his little helper, Zwarte Piet, or Black Pete. He's a character from an 1850s children's book who's inspired this holiday tradition of wearing a curly black wig and lipstick and blackface. Some Dutch people have voiced opposition to this for decades, especially those of African and Caribbean descent.
Maar voor heel veel zwarte mensen, grote mensen en kinderen is het helemaal geen feest.
That's Dutch Sesame Street in 1987. But this viral video of police arresting anti-Black Pete protesters sparked a growing protest movement in the 2010s, and the majority opinion has shifted. In 2016, most people believed Black Pete should stay the same. In 2022, most people said they think his appearance needs to change in some way. But changing his appearance can mean a whole lot of different things. There's gray Pete's, rainbow Pete's, chimney Pete's covered in soot, and sometimes no face paint at all.
As you may have heard, NBC Today host Megyn Kelly's show was canceled this past week following her on-air remarks expressing acceptance of blackface. It's a racist show business practice most of us thought was long gone. But as Maurice Dubois is about to tell us, blackface has a long history in our country. And we caution you, his report unavoidably includes many offensive and disturbing images.
It happens all too frequently.
As you may have heard, NBC Today host Megyn Kelly's show was canceled this past week following her on-air remarks expressing acceptance of blackface. It's a racist show business practice most of us thought was long gone. But as Maurice Dubois is about to tell us, blackface has a long history in our country. And we caution you, his report unavoidably includes many offensive and disturbing images.
It happens all too frequently, often at Halloween, but not exclusively.
They thought it was a joke, but it really just was not funny at all.
For example, 2 years ago in Maplewood, New Jersey.
Her daughter posted this photo of herself and a friend in blackface.
The two girls had no idea what blackface was or the history of it.
The history of blackface is long and complex and deeply ingrained in our culture.
Who was that lady I saw you with this afternoon? That was no lady. That was my wife.
Even Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd blacked up.
Fantastic, isn't it?
For more than 100 years, white and then black performers wore dark makeup and created not only a popular theatrical form, but stereotypes that are still with us today.
This makes you uncomfortable, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It does make me feel uncomfortable to talk about these things because they are incredibly disturbing and revolting.
Eric Lott, a professor at the Graduate Center of the City University of New York, says blackface represents a strange mix of envy, fascination, desire, and fear.
Explain the fear part to me. What are these white performers, what are these white people afraid of?
They're afraid of black groups, mobs, rising up and taking the power.
Minstrel shows began in the 1830s, and white performers used burnt cork or later black grease paint. Minstrelsy eventually became the most popular form of entertainment in the country.
Ah, yes.
I asked Margot Jefferson, the Pulitzer Prize-winning critic, to look at some images from the New York Public Library.
The shininess of the black against the big white clown's mouth, the hat, the overlong tailcoat, mocking. It always gives me the jolt that racist history does. Blackface is so tied to comedy, to people enjoying themselves, to people having fun, that rattles you still more.
Well, Mr. Tambo, you seem to be enjoying yourself this evening.
Enjoying myself? I sure is.
White minstrel performers claim that what they did on stage was based on their perceptions of how black people lived.
Some of this came out of a genuine fascination with the music, the songs, the dances, the performance styles of black people.
But it's also where Jump Jim Crow was born, along with other characters depicted as lazy, lying, or buffoonish. Remember, this was all happening before the Civil War.
Slavery was all about creating visions, types, stereotypes of an entire race of people as subhuman in every way.
By the 1860s, African Americans began using blackface on stage.
Why on earth?
A little something to think about, huh? Minstrality or minstrelsy began in the 1820s. It was an old man, slave. He could barely walk. He was shuffling along. Oh, by the way, Massa outlawed dancing. And the Europeans considered dance, you know, they outlawed the drum, they outlawed a lot of things, right, that the African spoke through. Black folk spoke through. So he outlawed dancing, and they defined dancing as crossing your legs. Like if you do a move to music and your legs cross, that's considered dancing. So again, out of adaptation, what do black folk do? We start shuffling. We create a dance that doesn't cross our legs. We shuffling. White man see this man shuffling, turns it into a concept like, oh yeah, the first person to do blackface, of course, was a white man. I'm going to tell you who he is. But in that clip, they talked about something that's important. What did they say? Sambo represented some type of psychological psyop that they were playing on the newly freed slaves. Remember, we were freed 1865. Freed, right? Well, what we going to do with 4 million slaves in America? We're going to produce some propaganda to confuse them. Sambo was perceived as, I'm a happy nigga here with white folk. Slavery is a good thing. Then the Birth of a Nation movies produced another image. The free African male is dangerous because he's like a vampire thirsty for white vagina. The movie Birth of a Nation outlined that. Right? And in that movie is when you first see the Ku Klux Klan. The minstrel image of black people was never an actual depiction of black people, right? They wanted to promote the singing and dancing sambo. They've been doing this bait and switch with us for years. I got on an Uncle Tom shirt, but most of us see Uncle Tom as an insult. If somebody call you a Tom, you old Tom ass nigga, we see it as an insult, but we didn't understand that Uncle Tom was actually the hero of the story. That was brave, that had integrity, that had good character, that protected black women. Most of us don't know this part of the story. What was getting headlines back then was Sambo. Who is the Sambo in our community today? Trust me, I'm not going to let y'all off the hook today. The minstrel era took off at the same time as the abolition era. Sambo equaled the happy slave. You understand? That's what he was feeble-minded. He was an intellectual dullard. He was just happy to be taken good care of by the system. Who's happy in our community to be taken care of by the system? Nobody want to hear me talk to him like this. Hey, thank you, brotherhood, manhood, fatherhood. You're the first person to support the show today. Thank you. You had another type of coon. It was called a zip coon. He was a buffoon, right? But he was brought in as a negative image. You had Mammy. Mammy was the female version of Sambo. They were twin flames in white propaganda of the black image. She was happy to be a maid. She was fat. She was ugly, according to herself. The white wife of the slave master had no fear or intimidation of Mammy. My husband don't want your big greasy, but my children want you. You're their wet nurse. They gonna breastfeed off you. You gonna raise. Please understand, this propaganda, y'all. This ain't the truth. That white woman was still scared of that damn Mammy. And oftentimes Mammy was getting raped. These are images that were created to control a narrative. Ridiculous. Thank you, man. Man, I appreciate y'all showing up. I'm asking people to get in here and support. We got 142 people in here right now. Everybody hit that $sign down at the bottom of the chat. Or please, if you want to get it to me quickly, go to my Cash App, $ZoWhat Netter. If I have any people in here that moderate my show, please support. So the Zip Coon was a buffoon, right? He was fighting the image of free black men, right? Well, let's talk about this history. It's important. The Mammy, the female Sambo, docile, loyal, protective of the big house, the White House, right? Antithesis of the white woman, portrayed as asexual. Now, you know, ain't no black woman well, I'm not saying there aren't any asexual black women, but you know, a black woman is a beautiful woman, and yeah, we got some that you say is ugly. I'ma say nah. There's something about a black woman that's absolutely damn magical, and y'all know it. But Mammy was portrayed as perpetually unattractive. History says something different happening in those damn plantations. The Mammy was the controller within her own house, right? And around her own people. But she was subordinate in white world, where she was the work. What that sound like? This is historical fact. The Mammy was a controller within her own home and around her own people. She told them what to do, but was a subordinate in the white world where she worked, right? Propaganda, blacks are brutes. Woodrow Wilson, right? History written in lightning. What is he talking about? That's his review of the movie Birth of a Nation. History written in lightning. That was Woodrow Wilson, the sitting president. He actually went and saw the movie. Blacks were portrayed as brutes. This was propaganda. Are blacks brutes today in many regards? Is gang violence proving that blacks are brutes? Very interesting question, right? They had to produce the opposite narrative of Sambo. They're using the narrative of Sambo to say, see, America, slavery is a part of our heritage. Slavery is good. We should keep it. We should have it. Look at Sambo. Now, why would you take away his stability? To them, slavery was like Social Security. Look at him on the porch. He playing his little jug. Why would you take that from, look at him smiling and grinning. But after the war, we transformed from Sambo to brutes. Sex-starved, bloodthirsty brutes. Right? Sambo was considered childishly entertaining. We had coon songs and coon jokes. The urban coon created by white northerners, right? Scared of migrating blacks taking their jobs. What do you mean? The early, after the war, right? Blacks started going to New York, Chicago, Detroit, out of the South, right? Because the North was considered better. The North wasn't no better. They was calling them the urban coon because they were afraid of them taking their jobs. One of the most successful blackface artists ever, after the original white man who started it, was a black man by the name of Bert Williams. And when I tell you Bert Williams was getting paid. Right? He was the America's preeminent blackface performer, Bert Williams. Look him up. You got to understand what blackface did for white people. It allowed them to release themselves through minstrelsy. They felt freer with black paint on their face than they did with their white skin. As the clip showed us, cartoons provided the best platform to distribute these negative black images. Black is ugly. Blacks are savages. Blacks are happy savages. Right? 1920s, the new Negro was Paul Robeson. We got a Jim Coon. Whoa. From the beginning, popular entertainment was dominated by black people. Blacks are happy to serve whites. Minstrelsy started with a children's book, American Minstrelsy, Blackface. That book was written by Thomas Dartmouth Rice. You remember the school, the university, Dartmouth? Thomas Dartmouth Rice. That's where blackface started, with him, T.D. Rice. They had a song called Jim Crow. 1896, Supreme Court supports Jim Crow, separate but equal. All right? Minstrel, originally, does anybody know the original name of minstrel? I.e. blackface? Does anybody know the original name of minstrel? Anybody know? Hey, Ishmael, thank you. Curtis, Latarius, Lloyd, thank you. We got 4 Cash Apps. I appreciate it. Listen, let's turn up the support. Let's turn it up. Let's turn up the support. Let's share this video. Y'all gonna be mad. Minstrel during slavery, political propaganda. Right? Jim Crow, Sambo, Coon, Mammy, Uncle. We're calling each other Unc now. What up, Unc? Oh, yeah, that was a negative term back in the day. Guess what the zip coon did? Y'all, tell me if you can find correlations. This is why I'm reading this off to you. Zip coon. Daddy. Cool coon. Overdressed. Overly dressed. And constantly participated or used what is called malapropism. That is the intentional misuse of a word. Speaking poorly, speaking with the broken English, and malapropisms. That's a zip coon, right? These are images that were promoted back in the day. You had the pickaninny. White folk call black children pickaninnies. What does it mean? They had to dehumanize the child. They couldn't see the child like a human child. So if an alligator so happened to come by and eat a black child, you go, well, they're not human anyway. It's a pickaninny. Anybody know the original name of Blackface? Man, this chat is too quiet. Thank you for the content. Enjoyed the show as always. Mr. Supreme, thank you. Let's get in here and support. I'm asking everybody to show up in a real way. I need y'all to respond to me. I wish we had callers so I can get you on the line. Does anybody know the original name? Don't look it up. Do you know it? The original name for blackface or minstrelsy. What T.D. Rice and them would call it. You know what it was called? I'm going to tell you. It was called Ethiopia delineators. Ethiopian delineators. I'm asking for correlations in our culture today. Do you see? That's what T.D. Rice called it, Ethiopian delineators. Ethiopian delineators. To delineate means to show mark, to line out, to sketch out, to create separation, to define difference, right? To delineate. They were called Ethiopian delineators. That's what blackface was called. That's what minstrelsy was called by T.D. Rice. All of this is coming right out of here. African American music. Textbook. An introduction by Melanie V. This is edited by Melanie V. Burnham and Portia K. What is that? Mulksby. They were called Ethiopian delineators. Minstrel during slavery, political propaganda, like I said, Jim Crow, Sambo, Coon, Mammy, Uncle, Pickaninny. The free black character at that time was called a zip coon. He was a daddy. He was overly dressed. He used malapropisms, intentional misuse of words, right? I don't know if y'all listening. The pickaninnies were children, unkept, savage, dirty little animals. Do you understand? Minstrelsy was a part of Disney. Song of the South. A song about Uncle Remus. Bugs Bunny is a direct call out to Briar Rabbit. Briar just means brother, right? Bugs Bunny was a trickster like Briar Rabbit was a trickster. All right? Sometimes it works out for Bugs, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it worked out for Briar Rabbit, sometimes it didn't. Birth of a Nation, the old one, the old version, based on a book called The Klansman. We saw the clip of Zwarte Piet, Saint Nicholas, or Saint Nick from the Netherlands. They know the Moors were in Europe. They didn't dominate just Spain. They know the history. And so what do? In order to, after they start getting backlash, oh, Santa got a black slave, Zwarte Piet. Oh, they said, no, he's black from the soot from the chimney. St. Nicholas. Center, not Santa, Center Claus. Why the words for Santa be so close to Satan? Santa, Center, Sinterklaas, Center Claus, Santa. Okay. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I'm going to go with coincidence. Cool. He black from coming down the chimney. But miraculously, Black Pete's hair also turns into naps when he goes down the chimney. His hair get curly. Well, how did his lips get big? Did he bruise? Did he wound? Did he hurt himself in the chimney? Did the chimney sock him in the mouth? Do you think that elements of minstrelsy persist in today's popular culture? If so, tell us. Bert Williams. Did you know Bert Williams, the first black man to do blackface, was making $6,500 a week? That's how popular. Let me tell you something. White folk will pay a coon if he entertains. $6,500 a week. A black minstrelsy performer. Bert Williams was the biggest and the best of them all. Black entertainers perpetuating stereotypes. Do you see a correlation? I'm pointing it. I know it's a buildup, but do you see a correlation in what I'm saying today? All while that's happening, we're getting something different, something in the background that's bubbling, that's boiling, that's coming up. We start getting concert spirituals. The Fisk Jubilee Singers in 1871, led by a white man, George L. White, just came back from the Civil War and now is a teacher. And Fisk University was transformed from some Army hospital barracks or Marine hospital barracks and turned into a black university that they had to fight tooth and nail to protect from white folk that was still mad that the war was in fact over. I'm going to ask again, do you think that there's some correlations in what I'm talking about today. They so mad at Drewski. They so mad at Drewski for calling out white hypocrisy. White people can't stand being criminals, even though they're the worst criminals this world has ever seen. Nobody is brave enough to say it. Nobody is brave enough to stand on it because your butter comes from them. Your bread comes from them. "13th Amendment, no slavery in America moving forward," 1865. Y'all see it. You hear white folks still holding on to that racist understanding. Well, why did the Civil War happen? What is their common response when you ask, why did the Civil War happen? They say, oh, it was over states' rights. No, that's the sanitized, clean way of saying the South wanted to secede because slavery was their history. It was their way of life. They didn't want their way of life to be taken away from them. They knew early on in the process, when the Constitution was being ratified, when the Bill of Amendments was being put together, they knew further down the line, who's to say y'all can't come in here and say our way of life is wrong? The South understood that early. White folk don't want to be honest about it. Well, listen, why did y'all fight in the Civil War? Oh, it was over states' rights. Nah, it was over slavery. That's what it was, because y'all believed it was your right to own people. But while they're putting the Constitution together and the 13th Amendment, they're also ingenious at it. We don't give a damn about no black people, about no slaves. We don't give a damn about no slaves. And we got to do things politically correct so we look right to the rest of the world, because right now we look like a savage contradiction. We're talking about the inalienable rights of all men. We're talking about we're evolved spiritually and we're aligned with Christianity and we all this highfalutin high talk. But we own people, we abuse people, we rape people, we erase people. And the rest of the world is saying, hey, what is that about? How can you stay that way? So what does America do? 13th Amendment. No slavery in America moving forward. Oh, but they slick. There's a caveat in the 13th Amendment, except for criminals. What did the black laws do immediately after slaves were released? If you don't have a job, you got to go to jail. What did the jails operate like? Plantations, chain gangs. That's what the 13th Amendment says. No slavery in America moving forward. But slavery does exist for criminals. And for many prison systems in the South, they operated like slavery well into the 70s. White folk are mad they can't get called out on their work. States' rights, the rights to our own way of life. Many white folk called it back then the lost cause. We lost our cause. Our cause was to keep our Sambos and mammies and pickaninnies and uncles, and that was our cause. Convict leasing, you know what it is. It happens here in California. Fire breakout, we paying them 4 cents an hour. Put that fire out. Burn your skin off while doing it, but put that fire out. 13th Amendment, caveat. In prison, criminal slavery exists. 1870, some African American men could vote. Right? With some caveats. What are the caveats? You better know how to read. Well, I've been enslaved. They told us reading was against. Wow. So I could vote if I could. Oh, so I got to go learn how to read. Oh, Noah's going to teach me how to read. Oh, okay. Black laws, vagrancy laws. Where you? Have they been trying to change the voting? I'm not even. 1865 to 1877, there was a larger percentage of African Americans in government office. We start to figure it out, right? 1877, Rutherford B. Hayes takes the Union Army out of the South in order to secure his vote. He didn't care about them black people. So you have to understand something. The Union Army stayed in the South to keep order. You see black folk going up to the voting booth. It's not that these soldiers cared about black folk, but down in the South, you won that fight. Black folk go to the voting booth to go vote. You got white folks that are mad still because they lost their way of life. States' rights. But they can't do nothing because the Union Army is there. Rutherford B. Hayes wants the office. He wants the vote of the South because they're still part of the Union. 1877, he pulls them out. He does a deal. I will pull the Union soldiers out of the South. He pulls them out the South. Look at what's happening. (1878) December 25th, first Klan meeting. (1877) Rutherford B. Hayes, in order to secure the vote for his presidency, for his candidacy, the Southern vote, pulls out the Union. A year later, December 25th, 1878, first Klan meeting. 1896, whites started HBCUs through philanthropy. First instructors at HBCUs were white instructors. This is where our Jubilee singers come into play. No whiteness, in this case, enters clean. The record shows that meaning often arrives after encounter. That interpretation precedes interaction. And that what happens appears as instinct is frequently trained repetition. Listen, I'm asking y'all, what these white folk do? What these white folk do to chain your brain to such a degree that you can't see your brother is me and that we are stronger as a we? A white performer by the name of Thomas D. Rice standardized the Jim Crow character into a portable template. That portability created power, a caricature that can move and can multiply, a caricature that multiplies, begins to feel like it's common sense. Like everybody who sees this image says, oh, that's how black folk are. The name itself migrated from structure, Jim Crow, making the transformation of performance into governance logic. No court cited the theater. This came from entertainment. How is this now a law? The Jim Crow laws, separate but equal. The logic aligned anyway. Minstrelsy did not merely depict black life, it adjudicated it. Right? It provided pre-answers to moral questions that would otherwise require confrontation. Sambo suggested contentment, removing the need to question coercion, as if coercion didn't exist. The pickaninny erased childhood innocence. Oh, I can have sex with this little African black baby because it's not really a person. Right? Listen to what I'm saying. The pickaninny stereotype erased childhood innocence, removing the need for protection. Mammy recorded labor as affection, dissolving exploitation into care. Drewski is a comic that comes after everybody. A month ago, 2 months ago, did he come after the black church? Did he come after the black church? And I'm going to say something that might offend you. Did the black church respond the same way that MAGA is responding over Mrs. Kirk? No, I see what you're saying, Ghetto Gourmet, you're right. Mississippi was the last state to ratify the 13th Amendment in 2013. Wait, damn near 100 and some odd years, Mississippi you got somebody like Stephen A. Smith will come out and say racism don't exist. Any black man that say racism don't exist. Mississippi just ratified the 13th Amendment 2013. 13 years ago. Well, that's 13 years. They on board now. It don't exist no more. You could say 13 years ago. No. Black people, you being pushed away from meaning. Zoe gotta be funny. Zoe gotta be like a comedian. Zoe be hanging with the comedians. Zoe gotta be funny. No, Zoe gotta inform. Well, information is boring. You've been conditioned to go against your medicine. Your medicine is self-knowledge and the cultivation of it. You've been conditioned to be entertained. You start believing the negative narratives that white folk done said. You lazy, all you want to do is lay around and sing and dance and take pictures of your food when you're on vacation, staycation. Are you They didn't ratify because they wanted reimbursement for their freed slaves. And this is what black folk will be with a damn Ole Miss t-shirt on, a Mississippi State t-shirt on. Like, what? Drewski ain't the only one wearing Whiteface. Oh, hell, Zoda. Yeah. The pickaninny erased childhood innocence, removing the need for protection. Mammy recorded labor as affection, dissolving exploitation into care. The uncle figure reframed survival as loyalty. You know who that is. That's Steven from Django. Oh, Calvin, who that nigga up on that nag? That's Uncle. Recasting endurance as devotion. Listen, people think they smart and don't take the time to listen. I did a show and said, are you virtually a Satanist? What does that mean? Listen, if you capitulate to the dominant society's way of seeing, doing, and being, are you not essentially what they are? I said, if this society is not following the ways of Christ, but following the ways of the world, and I use Krishnamurti's famous quote. What was the famous quote? It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a sick society. Every aspect of your meaning come from them. Why every major institution has some form of apology for slavery, whether it's anthropology, whether it's psychology, listen, religion, the church doesn't apologize. But niggas find a way to make excuses for the frameworks that white people put us in. Your whole definition of success, meaning, purpose, value, all that's coming from them. So when I say, if you're a Christian in a demonic society and you're not in alignment with the walk and the work and the embodiment of Christ, then what are you in alignment with if this world is ran by the devil? If the devil can offer Christ the world and Christ turn him down, how come you don't have the testicular or the ovarian fortitude to turn down devil? These were not caricatures. These were arguments. Repetition supplied credibility. Laughter supplied content. Cinema did not introduce distortion, it synchronized it. The birth of a nation did not create fear, it organized fear. It provided emotional pacing, narrative coherence, and visual authority to a system of meaning already in circulation. Blackness became threat. Violence became order. This is all after you're freed. Before you were freed, we want you Sammy. Oh, no, not Sammy. We want you Sambo and Mammy and Uncle. That's what we want you. That's the narrative we're pushing to the rest of the Union. The South is saying, see, Sammy and Uncle and Sambo or Sambo and Mammy, they want to be here. But after, we call it antebellum, after the war, nope, that's a depraved animal now. Blackness became threat. Violence became order. At that point, distortion no longer required defense. It became the atmosphere. It became something inhaled rather than examined. Once embedded, the mechanism no longer required makeup. The standard of beauty. What is the standard of beauty in the West? And shit all over the world. Barbie. Are we wearing whiteface, brothers and sisters? You got sisters calling themselves black Barbies. Once embedded, the mechanism no longer required makeup. Expectation performed the labor. A person entered a room and the interpretation arrived first. The distortion migrated across domains. Advertising placed caricatures into domestic spaces through figures like Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. Radio extended caricature into voice through programs like Amos and Andy. Oh, why is Drewski attacking us? Drewski attacked black Christendom too. He's equal opportunity check you comedian. That's what the comic's true purpose was in the beginning. This is why in your deck of cards, the comic is represented as the Joker. But the Joker is a powerful trump card. A comic is not just supposed to be shucking, shuffling, and jiving and using malapropisms. That is a zip coon, according to the definitions white folk created. Radio extended to caricatures, into voice through performers and programs like Amos and Andy. Film and television translated it into casting logic. This is why they struggle. So, a black quarterback, oh my God, he's not intelligent enough. No. I mean, he's athletic, of course, but athleticism without brains is, I mean, and you know by default, I mean, we're smarter than you Negroes. How can somebody who spent their entire life emulating the first human, everything we've ever done, they never created a damn thing, everything we've ever done, we created a concept of God, a philosophy that there's a being that is alive and resonant in everything. We said there's a philosophy, something bigger than this. They didn't do it. They came and studied our methodologies. Philosophy, psychology, medicine, spirituality, all of it. Genius. No. Uncle Tom is a bad word. Just like Egypt is devil worship. Just like nigga don't mean God no more. We're going to stop the translations at Spain. Negro comes from the Spanish word, negro frijoles, black beans. Negro means black. Where your language come from? If we taught you God, if we taught you math, if we taught you the mystery schools that you now demonize as devil worship, and you got black people running around with spiritual whiteface turning against black spirituality when we created the whole fucking construct of God. Even when black performers entered the industry, right? The terms of entry were constrained. Burt Williams became one of the highest paid performers of his era while performing within blackface conventions. Compensation did not signal freedom. Let me stop you. Can somebody look it up? Adjusted for inflation, how much is $6,500 a week in the, what the fuck, 1820s? How much, where Bird at? Yeah, what calculate. $181,000 a week? The fuck? He making that in blackface. When we perform as the aggrandized caricatures that white people used to try to denigrate and disrespect us, I'm going to say it. Glorilla, Sexy Red, Ray J. I'm going to say it. When we get out there and we show the absolute lowest of ourselves? Are we justifying? Listen, remember Blackface and the way they were performing was an exaggeration, an aggrandized caricature. Do you understand? Hey, thank you, The Untamed Way. Thank you. So when we start acting natural, I got a lip gloss line coming out, and the lip gloss line is all STDs. When you go, Houston is on fire with STDs, and now people are saying if I go to spring break and I don't come back with an STD, I failed. Y'all don't understand my master plan. My master plan was simple. Boy, we better heal these motherfucking relationships, because without healed families, without healed communities, there is no goddamn unity nowhere. It's so much fracture in our community. It's fucking disgusting. Our community fractured. Done. And I'm saying, no, relationship is the key. We got to build with each other. We got to heal together. We got to live through each other's humanity. We got to deal with this. Because if we don't deal with it, guess what's going to happen? Some shit could happen. Shit is happening right now despite your lack of unity. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Burt Williams became one of the highest paid performers of his era while performing within blackface conventions. Compensation did not signal freedom. In other words, your money don't make you free, nigga. It signaled legibility within an existing template. You still a nigga. Against this system, the historical record of African-American music provides a counter evidence, as documented by Melanie V. Burnham and Portia K. Maltzberry. African-American musical traditions were never simplistic or exaggerated distortions. They were complex, functional systems rooted in lived experience. Spirituals served as encoded communication, communal memory, and spiritual articulation. The most shit we got that's coded is disc records. We so busy trying to get their money, we teaching them how we code our music. Now they can read the codes. They understand. It's white boys with reaction videos. I think when Kendrick says this, he's alluding to this person. Before they couldn't read the code, now they got the cipher. We abandoned the code and brought the lowest aspects of ourselves out, which justifies their exaggeration of what a black person was. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Work songs, coordinated labor. We were singing while we were in prison. And it was a work song that kept the flow going. When somebody was too old to work and they had a good voice, oh, they're the lead singer of the work crew in prison. Work songs, coordinated labor, and preserved rhythm under duress. Blues expressed individual internal structure, right? This internal collective structure. Jazz introduced improvisational intelligence and harmonic innovation. These forms revealed this multiplicity, not reduction, function, not spectacle, depth, not caricature. Minstrelsy, right, extracted surface elements, rhythm, dialect, movement, while stripping away context, meaning, and ownership. What remained was not culture. It was residue shaped for consumption. We got 218 people in here. Can I get everybody to hit that super chat if you're enjoying this content? If you're enjoying this information, please go to my Cash App, $ ZoWhat Netter. I think this is one of the better shows on YouTube. Will it get the support it deserves? I want you guys to go do the research and look up the documentary Jubilee Singers, Sacrifice and Glory. They've been using black people for as long as they could. Have you heard about the story of the blind slave, the blind and autistic slave? I'm going to give you a little information about this person, blind and autistic. Do you guys remember the television show? His name was Thomas Green Wiggins. He's got two last names because they used to call him Blind Tom. He's got two last names because he had two owners. He was a slave. One owner's last name was Green. The other one's last name was Wiggins. You guys remember the story, Charlotte's Web? Charlotte was a spider. Name the characters. Who was the other star? Who is the star of this damn Charlotte's Web? Does anybody know? Anybody know? I'm gonna wait until somebody says something. Does anybody know the other star of the little cartoon? Wilbur the damn pig. Wilbur the pig. Wilbur was born a runt and was fucked up. And what was the little girl, what was her name? Fern or some shit like that. What was the little girl's daddy gonna do? The Zimmermans. What were they gonna do with Wilbur the pig? Born as a runt. I'm gonna speed it up because y'all too slow for me. He was gonna kill him. You make for some good bacon. We'll kill. He's a runt. He ain't gonna grow up to be shit. His daughter comes in, no, Dad, don't kill the pig. Oh no, don't do that. Dad gives her the pig. Wilbur's raised as her pet until he get healthy. It's like, oh, well, this nigga worth something. We could sell him or slaughter his ass now. Damn spider creates a way to keep Wilbur alive. Some pig, she's up late at night writing in her spider web. Some pig, magnificent, and Wilbur becomes a fucking celebrity. And saved from the chopping block. Man, that's Thomas Green Wiggins' story. He born to his slave mama. He's born autistic and blind. The master sees him as, nigga, that's a slave. He can't do shit. He blind. I got to raise him. I got to feed him. He ain't gonna never be able to give me the money back that he worth. So he was about to kill this slave woman's baby because he knew he couldn't extrapolate no wealth out the baby. Of course, his mother pleaded, please don't do that. Don't kill my son. Blind Tom. Blind Tom. Don't kill my son. Please don't kill my son. He winds up not killing the baby. Allows her to keep that baby in there with her. Blind Tom starts to grow up and starts wandering around blind. Other slaves start going, hey, get your baby. Get your baby. They looking out for little Blind Tom. He wandering around. So at some point, the slave master sold him to another slave, or another slave owner. Right? They sell him to another slave owner. Everything going down. It's another slave owner. Excuse me. The slave kid, or the little slave who's now deaf and blind, he's following his mom, or mom taking him wherever. They in the big house. Mom takes him to the big house. This motherfucker sitting in there, and it's some white kids. He don't know they white, but they in there having a piano lesson. Tom, Blind Tom, is in there. He just listening. Little white kids leave, go upstairs, go play somewhere. They leave the room. Mom, you got to go to work. She brought little Blind Tom with her. Just, hey, you sit tight. He blind. He can't do shit anyway. Blind Tom, they hear the piano. Blind Tom done memorized that shit by ear and played it all as a baby. Never heard a piano, never touched the piano. This motherfucker, he playing the. Massa go, what Massa here? Massa here, cha-ching. Ding, 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 ding. What the fuck? This nigga worth something now. They treated him like he wasn't shit. But he was a concert level pianist. He could play anything that he heard, that he understood. He was a fucking prodigy. Guess what they did? Took him from his mama. Took him from his mama. He now live in the big house. Do you know they had him writing all of the songs and playing all of the songs for Dixie? All of the Confederate songs? Look up some of his... I got... First off, able to memorize pieces upon one hearing. Raised money for the Confederacy. This is Blind Tom, made over $750,000 for his master, which is almost $30 million today. That's how much money he made for his master. Blind, autistic prodigy on the piano. Guess what happened when he was done? He got sick. Had a stroke. Something happened. Guess what happened? When he was no longer able to play the piano, they unceremoniously dropped his ass off at a halfway house. he shortly thereafter died. There was another sister that went through something similar. But I won't get into that. This is a master class, a story about how white folk and white America, yeah, he had a stroke, could no longer play. Then they mercilessly discarded him, dropped him off at a halfway house where he died shortly thereafter. Tom played the piano bitonally. White folk, this is their history. They want to distance themselves from their history while yet still reinforcing negative stereotypes, right? But I have a more, I'm serious when I ask this. Are black people wearing whiteface right now? Because that's all we know. I'm interested to know, are we in whiteface? I'm really asking that question. Are we in whiteface? And do we care about being in whiteface? As long as you want to be safe and comfortable and protected in this society, you a hoe. This system is designed that way. That's what chattel slavery. Listen, if we talk in pimp talk, the pussy is the product. And ain't nothing like that kind of product, right? Which is why it's one of the oldest businesses in the game, right? The pussy is the product. The pimp builds his wealth off the back or off her being on her back. Same thing with chattel slavery. You're the product. You built the wealth, but you don't have access to the wealth, right? Now, let's recontextualize the story. You can now get wealth, but we're going to make it harder for you to get self. So when you get wealth and you haven't acquired self, what happens? You become like Tom Green or Blind Tom. Tom's handlers were always whispering in his ear, you know, the North is coming to take all of this away from you. Tom Green, as the pianist, the blind autistic pianist, his handlers was telling him, the North is taking all of this away. Tom is mad and playing these songs with fervor. Dixie. He mad. Don't take this away. This is all I know. Was Tom Green in whiteface? See, blackface is structured distortion. What we gonna do with these niggas after 1865? What are we gonna do? They were Sambo, Mammy. That's who they were. Lovable niggas who loved the institution of slavery and servitude and bootlicking, and they know their place because God told them they was less than us, because God told me we were more than them. See that. But then after slavery and they're free, oh, we got to create a new narrative. They're dangerous. They're monsters. They're lazy. They're treacherous. How the people you built your wealth on, you got people that are black in South Africa that believe the narrative that came from minstrelsy. And white folk in America acting like victims today because a comedian put them on blast. And it's selective rage. You mad because it's Erica Kirk, but you wasn't mad when it was white chicks? White chicks is comedy. Drewski is comedy, right? White chicks isn't dealing with real white chicks, are they? Well, they had white chicks in the video, in the movie, right? And the white chicks are saying the N-word while they're in the car rapping, right? Then you get two black guys that are undercover police officers that put on Whiteface to impersonate them. And were they an exaggeration of the two white girls? Didn't nobody come after Sean and Marlon for that? Black artists entering minstrel and vaudeville markets often had to perform in blackface, had to be a caricature of themselves in order to be played or in order to be paid. Movie Soul Man. What about Robert Downey Jr.? What was the name? Tropical Thunder? Burt Williams becomes top paid minstrel star while wearing a mask fashioned by others. He was a black man who had to put on blackface and was still not respected regardless of how much money he made. Thomas D. Rice converts caricature into a national routine. The name migrates into law, Jim Crow. It was a song, marking the passage from stage to statutes. Archetypes stabilized as arguments. Sambo, content with subordination, pickaninny, childhood without protected innocence, mammy, coerced labor recorded as devotion. Uncle, survival reframed as loyalty. The Birth of a Nation synthesizes fear and justification at scale. Woodrow Wilson's proximity signals alignment between narrative and social and national authority. Early radio, Amos and Andy, and advertising, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben imagery normalize the same logic in the social domestic space. Am I off, young brother? Am I talking crazy? Blackface imposed distortions, right, from the outside, compressing a people into fast, relatable readings that rationalize unequal treatment. That's what minstrelsy was. That's what blackface was. Whiteface, an incentivized alignment. I'm going to say this and then we close. Whiteface is not a mirror of blackface, but as a response to a reward system. Whiteface for black people is a lot like what Bert Williams had to do. Whiteface equals alignment of self towards Eurocentric norms of beauty, behavior, and normalcy to secure success, safety, and or reward. This is why we code switch. We used to code switch in music, in song. We didn't want massa to know I saw a boll weevil. I know if I see a boll weevil and I start singing it, the rest of the troop gonna know we ain't gonna have to work for long, because once you see a boll weevil, his whole damn family is there and they gonna eat all of the damn cotton and we ain't gotta pick it. So let's sing and celebrate that the arrival of the boll weevil. Let's celebrate that. Massa singing too. Massa rocking back and forth too. He don't know what that damn song is about. We code switch with no purpose at work today. We don't have no, guess what? We don't have that hidden arbor. What was the name of that church? The church in the woods where white man wanted us to go to his church. What was it called? The Arbor? Night Arbor? The church in the woods where slaves would go have church and by themselves with each other. Yeah, we don't have that no more. I'm going to find it. They're going my boll weevil analogy. I hope this is this making sense? Oh, he said, oh, you lit today. Every channel on YouTube, in order to get attention, they got to be talking about somebody with fame. They got to be talking about somebody with a name, and they got to be talking negatively about them. When they're not talking negatively about people, guess what? You're not getting any views. You're not getting any attention. Nothing is really happening. Do you understand? Let's go back to the point of Whiteface. Alignment of self to Eurocentric norms of beauty, behavior, finance, and normalcy to secure safety, right? To get access to reward. Normative assimilation, incentive presence. That's what it is. Normative assimilation under incentive pressure. That's what it is. I'm going to read it one more time. Normative assimilation under incentive pressure. You want to get this money, right? You want to get paid, right? Exhibits of alignment, Whiteface. Aesthetic translation, global skin lightening markets. We seen Ola Ray. She not that chocolate, beautiful girl she used to be in the Thriller movie. We saw Little Kim. We see Nicki. We see Cardi, we see Glorilla. We see them all enhancing, cutting, snipping, because guess what? You as you are not beautiful. Is that not a reincarnation of Mammy? Mammy was considered asexual. You're big, you're fat, you're black, you're ugly. This white woman ain't got nothing to worry about, but that wasn't always the case. Aesthetic translation, global skin lightening market, straight hair coded as polished / professional, casting pipelines, privileging Eurocentric features, behavioral translation, tone modulation, code switching, affect management to pass institutional gates. Institutional legibility, resume, your name sound too black, speech patterns, oh, malapropisms, you sound like a zip coon. I don't know if I need you here. Do you understand? and demeanor that match dominant expectations receive fewer barriers. Whiteface operates from within not as an imposed costume, but as a strategic translation in a system that rewards what it recognizes. If you're looking too black, you can't be here. You're too black to be here. YouTube slowly trying to choke this channel out. YouTube is slowly trying to choke this channel out. Oh, wow. Mr. Supreme Cinema. I don't talk much because I'm usually listening while I'm working, but I do find the information valuable. Man, I appreciate it. I'm glad you showed up. Can we get everybody to show up? I asked for 50 people to show up. We got 223. On my count, it says 8 people have supported. Our good brother, Mr. Supreme Cinema, just dropped a major piece. And we appreciate it. Everybody hit that Cash App. My Cash App is $ZoWhat Netter. $ZoWhatNetter. Please, 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 ZoWhat Netter. If you enjoy this content, please support an indictment of image, reward, and the engine that manufactures the human. No witness. Oh, thank you, Ghetto Gourmet. We appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's push and support the channel the best way we know how. Hit the like button. Please support. Go buy a book. Go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. I think I just got a text message. Let me do this. Because I'm about to wrap this up in 2 seconds. Yo, 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 what up? Hey, I'm still on the air, but I'm about to send people to this website. Oh, you have questions. What are your questions? So that's not the symbol I wanted to use. I sent you a bunch of symbols. But nothing. We're good. It looks good to me. Yes, yes, you could keep it for now. There's a promo code? I didn't know. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here having a whole conversation like I'm not live. I'm live right now. All right. So, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Take that part off. I'm putting that on later. Take that part off. I gotta call back because that's not how this works. You gotta take that off. Read your text message. That comes later. The title, just the symbols. Yes, just the symbol. All right. Thank you. Yo, man. We lit right now. We lit. Hey, listen, in a short while, you guys are going to be able to go to my webpage, MrZoWhat.com, and pre-order the new book. I'm telling you, go get your book. Pre-order your book. Go get your book. It's going to blow your mind. All right, before I get out of here, young brother, what's your name? X. Did you have any questions for me? Did the show resonate? Was there things that were off?
No, I feel like you had a great show, man. Very, very informative. You know, some stuff I've researched before, but some stuff you gave me a lot of insight on that, you know, to look into.
You learned some things. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Minstrel, America's first popular entertainment. That was in living color back in the day. Listen, I hope everybody has learned. As you leave, listen, please, please, please support my channel. They strangling the attention. People are not being able to get there and get the information. People are not getting their notifications. All right? I want you guys to get this content. I don't mind producing it and or creating it, but if you guys are being, restricted from getting it, is getting not handling business calls on live. Listen, I had to, because the new book is on the way. 15 chapters. I want to read some. Should I read some of it? Should I? No, don't read it. All right, I will say this. This is what I can say. 45,364 words. I have edited it. I'm on my 4th edit right now. But when I tell you I'm so excited about this new book, like, I cannot tell you how happy I am about it. And I want you guys to check in about 2 hours. No, yeah. Her and her husband, boyfriend, they working on it together. I'm so excited. So it's not up yet. So go check in a couple of hours. It will be up. 15 chapters. Oh, and I went back to the relationship dismount days. When I tell you, I can't wait to tell you what this book is about. It is not, first line. No, I can't say that. Yes, I can. This book did not begin as a relationship book. It began, I can't tell you. Hey, when I tell you I'm excited, super excited about this thing, it is the culmination of all my year's work. It literally consumes and recontextualizes and reframes all of the books before it that I've done. I'm like, bzz, bzz, bzz. So listen, any support that you can offer, if it's hitting the super chat, if it's going to the Cash App, do it now. All right? I know I was rambling a little bit. Did you guys understand the show? Did you understand the purpose of the show? We live in a time where many black people, in order to feel safe, in order to feel included and welcomed, have to wear whiteface. We live in a time that is highly contradictory. If a man puts on whiteface in a satirical mode, with a satirical motive, he's somehow derided as being defamatory because it's a white woman, the one woman you can't touch. That's the point I'm making. I just want to make sure y'all understood. And if you want to hear a coded minstrel, not a coded minstrel song, but a coded gospel song that slaves sang, look up the song Steal Away. Steal Away. S-T-I-L-L. Away. Steal Away. It's a coded runaway song. That person is up out of here. They leaving. Minstrel shows, man. Nah, this show has hit me. Don't be afraid to go to my Cash App. I see y'all. Hey, if you go to my Cash App, I get it right now. If you go to my Cash App, I get the funds right now. And let me just say, I would appreciate any Cash Apps. Zoe can put a down payment on a Honda now. No, I can't. No, I can't. We got 8 out of 50 supporters on the super chat. If I was on a basketball team and I shot 8 for 50, God damn, they would kick me out the league. Ridiculous, what up? Wait. Hey man, I appreciate my people in here. I'm not kidding, True Monger. I'm trying to get a beanie, man. I need a beanie. I'm gonna try to go to. I haven't been able to open the link that you sent me. That's where I'm struggling. I think it's my phone. I'm going to support True Monger's brand. True Monger, can you put your brand in the chat? I want everybody to support True Monger. If you're in my chat right now, True Monger got shoes, he got hoodies, he got beanies. I need beanies because I work out, you know, lifting weights or whatever, wearing a beanie. All right? Your counter is way off. Is it? That's what it says on my end. It says 8 of 50. True Monger. Yeah, you did send it to my IG. I went there and I wasn't able to open it. Oh, so this is your TikTok shop. This is like a TikTok store. I want everybody to go there and support brother True Monger. Please, please, please. Good brother, strong brother. There it is, True Monger brand. Send me that link, True Monger, the .com. It doesn't count all of them. It's off, Zoe. Okay, okay. Mook Monkey 3 says 8 on mine. Okay. Anyway, I just want us to move as a collective sometimes, so it doesn't feel like coerced or rehearsed or, oh, we got to, you know, oh, he asking too much. I mean, I just want us to know, like, this shit is valuable information. All right. I think I gave us a great history class. Let's see. Concert spirituals versus folk spirituals. Concert spirituals, Fisk Jubilee Singers, 1871. Founded in Nashville, Tennessee in 1866. George L. White, pianist, conductor. Assistant Ella Shepherd. She taught the singers how to sing the concert spirituals using the African American seasoning sauce. White people were enamored, blown away, as they usually are when we two types of spiritual. Folk spiritual is wailing and crying and tearing. That's how black folk do. Fisk blew up, started getting paid, crazy paid, was able to rebuild Fisk University using the funds from that. Other HBCUs followed after that. Hampton started theirs. Yeah, because they started seeing that the Jubilee Singers was making a crap ton of money. Yeah. Seems like everything about us has come out of struggle. All right, I'm gonna stop there. I wanna say more. I wanna do more. I wanna teach more, but I'm gonna stop right there. I hope this meant something to you. I hope you learned something. And again, if you want to continue to support, you can go directly to my Cash App. We ask for twos and fews. That's my mama's alma mater. Oh yeah, she went to the OG then. Yes, we love it. We love it. We love it. Please go to my Cash App, $ZoWhat Netter. I appreciate everybody for supporting. I'm Zoe Williams. This has been the ZoWhat Morning Show. If you like the ZoWhat Morning Show content, just remember, support it to keep it going. We already see our brother Mike is struggling. So support it, support it, support it. All right, I'm out. I love y'all. I'll holla at y'all next week. Deuces.